Hello, and thanks for hanging out while we took a quick little break to go get some drinks and stretch and jump back in. Um, so the pack is deep in the Scepter of the Green, hidden in the Central Park of New York City's Karen, where they're talking to an elder of the Bonar tribe. She is a Rite Master, and she's helping them talk to their ancestor spirits. They just got done all having a little chat, and now they have come face to face with a new spirit who's decided to crash the party.
Player 3 has entered the game.
Oh. So, yes, a rather large stag-like creature with a fish face and a set of antlers.
Now that stuff's starting to kick in.
So,
and so, well, I think between Dell and Kennedy, we can probably manage to offer something like an appropriate greeting between the two of us.
So, yeah, and you're able to do that. As you do that, as the spirit kind of walks forward a little bit more, gets a little bit close in the clearing area where it can interact with you. You see a couple little mice running around the ground near its feet.
Must not pounce. Must not pounce.
Dell's vibrating over there with excitement.
So, well,
guess I'll step forward and say, how can we help you, WtA?
Have you learned much, young Pack?
We've learned a little bit about everything that's sort of going on. Not as much as I would have liked, but I think there's an element of the unknown to all of this. I'll just sort of gesture around to the Umbra or wherever we happen to be.
We've learned of the origins of, or not, well, parts of the origins of the Butcher and the Deacon and the Consort. And help me out, who am I forgetting?
Harold.
The Herald.
The Herald. We've learned some of the ties that exist between our previous lives and these servants of the worm.
I covered this.
These creatures are troublesome. They have come into conflict with the guru of different tribes over different points of history. Sometimes together, sometimes alone. But they are creatures of flesh and blood when they arrive. They have not been, up until now, no one has been able to find a way to bind them to keep them from returning. I do know that they have not manifested on the earthly realm. in a while. The one they serve is still hidden from me.
Well, it is our intention to find them and
How can we bind them? Do we know?
Do not. But if there's any who can find a way, I have faith that your pack can do so. The spirits have told me that you have been given aid by others of the spirit realm.
we have been
Visited by our ancestors?
That,
we-
no. Go ahead.
we have followed this one of 3 tokens we have received. We have followed into the Deep Umbra, into the Cyber Realm, where we spoke with Legend Lore.
And with that, Maherta kind of snorts as best as a fish, deer, stag thing can. Hmm. I'm sure that creature did its best to assist you.
Wisdom can be found in many places, even those who are not as wise as an esteemed and powerful spirit such as yourself.
Um, so, I'm sure if these things, these spirits are to manifest again, you will need to be armed and gifted with allies and fetishes to go toe to toe with these beings.
Do you have any aid in mind?
I can speak with other spirits and see if we can assist. Is there any wisdom I can impart?
Do you have any idea where either of these tokens will take us? I'll show him the Roman drachma I've got in my pocket.
And with that, it kind of like the creature, spirit reaches over and kind of looks at it, and as it does, it kind of stomps its one foot, and it kind of vibrates a little bit in your hand, and it kind of shimmers, and he will take you to a splinter, a shard, a fragment in the Umbra. I sense great power lying there dormant.
Does anybody want to show him the other one?
Sure,
Or who has it?
I do.
Ah.
Kennedy will pull out the Fey token.
And again, it's kind of snorts and doom, stamps its little foot, and it kind of shimmers. And this time, it doesn't feel like a vibrate. It looks like a vibration. Feels like a vibration to you, but it also gives a slight golden shimmer off of it. That will lead across the Umbra to a cairn of sorts. But bound more by the wild magics and not those of Gaia. It seems to be kind of searching its thoughts and memories for the words it can give. And I believe the Cathane called them freeholds.
Kind of say that I've heard the name or the word, but I shall remember it.
They are pockets in the Umbra, but the silver trods we walk don't normally lead there. Those are normally reserved to the golden roads of the wild ones, the Fey folk. They lost much with the coming of the Weaver, and now are bound to. They are now spirits bound in flesh.
Why do you think they want us to find them?
Well, there are many oaths of aid bound beyond that bind the Fianna with House Fionn and others of their kin. Could be old oaths coming due. Or maybe reparations for the past breaking of those oaths. I know there are others who have ties to our young Fianna here in the city. Well, ties is strong. More like bonds of revenge and hate over lifetimes.
I think I preferred ties.
Yeah, right.
But I knew that I can tell that both of those talons that you hold are bound by strong spirits of magic and are tied to you each.
Going to know where we intended to activate. Darren's talon. Do we know where we intended to try to activate the Fey token?
The Fey are tricksters and creatures of glamour and illusion. I suspect it's someplace ancient and someplace that pretends to be ancient but is not. Fae are also creatures of whimsy and mischief. I'm sure the locks may only appear under the right times or places. Kennedy.
Yes.
Actually, anyone. Kennedy, you can make it, but Killian and Darren can also make this roll. Dale, you cannot. Sorry.
Yeah, take that, Dell.
It's a
That'll learn me.
wits and enigmas roll, and it's going to be difficulty 6 for Killian and Darren, and difficulty 8 for Kennedy. I'm giving Darren and Killian a lower difficulty because they're natives of New York.
Fair.
I got
5
it.
successes on my take that, Dell roll.
Rude.
I'm feeling I'm feeling attacked with the rolled up newspaper here.
Right?
Like,
two successes.
Jude, am I a bad boy?
No, you just don't know New York City.
I know.
You're definitely not bad. You've channeled my successes.
But yeah, so Darren obviously is going to know with 5 successes, but
Yeah.
I have 2 successes on knowing the strange.
I'm a New York
One
cop.
success with the help.
So, you do know there is a place overlooking Central Park that seems to be quote unquote ancient, but it's not really that ancient. And ancient in the sense that it was built to look like a castle, but it's New York City, and so it was obviously not a castle, medieval castle.
Right?
It's known as Belvedere's Castle.
Looks like we're going to New York City's castle.
That would be the first guess that comes to mind. I mean, the Fae tend to, you know, Kennedy, from your experience, at least this group of Fae has a whole retro medieval vibe that they like. But Killian, how many did you get any successes?
Got one big success. By that, it's a 10.
I'm going to give you a different piece of information just because it's something that you would have come across that no one else would have been able to dig up. So, there is a rather large import-export company in New York City that has known as Mayfair Holdings, that has a stylized M as their. It doesn't look like the same as the sigil, but it's reminiscent of the sigil as the company logo.
Oh. Thought I recognized your point, Kennedy.
Wait, there's a Mayfair?
Yeah.
It's a international conglomerate. It's an import export group that does worldwide shipping all across the world.
Yeah, I never go in there. Their furniture's always too expensive.
They have they're worth
Well, hell.
not to be
Yeah.
confused with the Mayfair Trucking Company, which also exists.
No relation.
Wait, I thought that was Mayflower.
There's also a Mayflower.
Oh God, I don't know what's real anymore. All right.
Nothing is real.
Well, so I think we have. I do believe we may have a plan.
I suppose that we would.
And Darren, you already figured out that that your token needed to go to someplace ancient that wasn't ancient as well, and you know that there's a rather large exhibit of Greek and Roman artifacts on display at the Natural History Museum.
Mm.
Also in New York City, also facing Central Park.
Weird.
Conveniently, it's almost like the plot wants you to find it.
Almost.
We love to see it. So, do we want to tackle the fairies first, or do we want to go tackle the Romans first?
Oh, I feel like going and dealing with the Romans first might be a good idea.
Yeah, it might be relaxing. We might just get to look at the exhibit and leave.
Well,
Let's do
if
it
nothing
then.
else, maybe I'll
I
be
have to
able
have
to find a
pants for
sword
this, don't I?
to go inside the museum. Yes, afraid you do.
Depends on how and when you're going to go in.
Well,
Unless
we can
we go
always
after-
buy we can always buy a vest for Dell. He can be our emotional support wolf.
He is my
Kennedy
emotional-
will reach into her pants and pull out her last $20 and say, "I want to see you try to put a vest on Dell and convince people that he is your emotional support wolf."
My emotional support lupus.
I'll call somebody on the force. I'll get a canine vest for him.
Oh my
We'll
god.
pretend he's a cop. He's our wolf cop. He's the real wolf cop.
Oh no. I mean.
Or
Or we could put pants on you and turn you into a human. What would you prefer?
Yeah, okay. I mean,
Or you break in and go at night, but yeah.
or we break in and go at night, because honestly, we're going to be trying to do things that we really don't want people seeing anyhow.
That's true.
Killian, do you have a gift that can disrupt technology?
Yes, I do.
So we can go in at night and turn the cameras off. I think that might be the better plan.
I think we
Yes,
should
but-
still get Dell a vest.
To be fair, that was when I had my right arm. That wasn't made for technology. So it might be a little less reliable.
Nah, I believe in you, Riverdale. Don't worry.
I think your arm counts as a fetish and not a device.
You know what? I really hope that doesn't come up in a very stressful situation later.
Yeah, I was entirely expecting a bad joke about fetishes, but
I got it, but I didn't share.
Oh, this is a PG-13 stream. I can only say the F word twice. Saving the moments.
It used to be you could only say it once. Actually, I think it used to be you couldn't say it at all.
nope, you always had one.
Why am I even thinking about that? That is way off topic. But yes, I will.
It is.
I will ponder that later. So,
Cool.
the Roman Empire it is, I believe. Oh, they're yes. Excuse me.
So awesome. So with that, yeah, you are making your way off to New York City's Natural History Museum to break in and
Hell yeah.
to raid the Greco-Roman display.
Well, okay. When you say it like that, raid sounds awfully. That's. I'm not sure I like that verbiage. We're not gonna. We're just gonna like touch the
Sunder.
priceless artifacts that.
Ben Stiller's about to kick the crap out of us, is all I'm saying.
Hey, I don't care. The British did it for years. We can do it once.
And we'll have better food, damn you.
Nothing boiled.
So
Pretty sure Ben Stiller's at the Smithsonian.
I think he's at isn't he at the New York one in the first movie? In the Smithsonian in the second?
doesn't matter.
Yes, actually, that's right.
That's neither here nor there, though.
I can't believe I know that. I'm offended that I know that.
So
The first one was cute.
So, I would like some rolls, please. I would like a roll from whoever is going to be breaking into the museum.
I think Riverdale should cover that.
I was gonna say, and we all stare pointedly at Killian
Yeah, he's the actual breaking part. That's yeah.
as we say, "Come on, do the crime."
Do the crime.
Poke him with a stick. Do the crime.
I'm
thing.
used to picking pockets, not art thief.
Ooh, the good boy. Do the crime.
We're about to find out if I can do a crime.
So, I'm going to need a dexterity and larceny check from you.
I've been a larcen once or twice in my life. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 8.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Ah,
Or,
Ooh,
in fact, the opposite of that.
I'm going to jail.
it
Have you
seems
made-
that I have punched this glass door panel.
Have you made sure that you have turned off? You don't have any wounds or anything like that?
Let me check.
it says wound modifier 0.
0. Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Yeah,
I'm just-
I try to jimmy the door and I punch the glass panel on top.
It was,
I'll just go ahead and unlock the door from the other side like a true
yeah.
criminal.
Oh God.
Well, the good thing is there's no alarms going off. So
Because they're silent.
Right?
Actually, it is entirely possible that Dell might hear them. But anyway.
with that, the pack has made its way in, and has quickly looking around for the appropriate area. And as you're running around, you make your way to the Greco-Roman display.
Jonesy, can
Yes.
I run over to the administrative office?
Sure. What were you trying to do?
I would like to get into the security office
Okay.
and tell them it's a false alarm for the alarm company.
Cool. I will need a dex and larceny check from you.
Here's another glass door.
Here comes that Han Solo check.
Difficulty 8.
Easy. I'm gonna spend a willpower just to make this one work.
Don't you have a ability to open locks magically?
I don't think I'm rolling for the lock part. I think I'm
No,
rolling
I
for the
think
line
we're
part.
past. We may be past.
What part am I rolling for, Jonesy?
Well, dex. So yeah, you're to get into the office. You need to break to lock it to
Oh,
bypass
oh,
the
oh.
locks. That would be dex.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my gift for that. What am I doing?
That would be helpful.
I am mildly concussed. Leave me alone.
we are not. We are not in fine form this week. Okay.
Mildly stoned, more like it.
Mildly.
We should have done
Oh.
this the next day. We should have slept it off.
You know. Yeah.
I'm in the wrong form too. I'm in Glabro still. Okay. Make a Gnosis roll. There's nothing extra to my full mod. What's the difficulty?
Gnosis difficulty for 7 for your museum.
Bang bang pow. Don't know how it works. It's not coming unlocked. Whose idea was this?
I believe it was yours.
You only have a Gnosis of 2?
Yes.
I have spent a lot of Gnosis.
Oh no, you roll your permanent, not your
Oh,
have.
You have
I
3
got
more.
it.
I think your
Oh
permanent's
wow!
5.
Yeah. That. Man.
I'm still a little lightheaded when I did my donation. There we go. I got 2 successes.
Whew, okay.
So, cool. Yeah, you're able to get in.
I'm gonna
Um,
go through the little contact spin thing and look for the security company real quick.
Cool. So I'm gonna need a perception and
I'm so
investi-
scared, guys.
investigation check from you. Difficulty 6.
There we go. I got 3 successes.
So you're able to find the contact card and yeah, for the security company and all that stuff.
Now, do I need to roll to be a filthy liar, or do they just take my word for it?
You need to roll to be a filthy liar.
I like that. Understandable, good sir.
I'm going to need a manipulation and what is going to be the
Butterfuge.
yeah, I'll say yeah, empathy and manipulation and subterfuge, or manipulation and expression. I'll be nice and let you use whichever one's higher.
They're both the same. What's the difficulty, Jones?
Difficulty is going to be 7.
Okay. Now I will spend a willpower. And I am out of willpower, everybody. Hey, I got 2 successes and 1 crit.
Oh, thank God.
So you're able to convince the alarm company that it was a false alarm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or about that, some damn kids just throwing rocks around here, hit a window. It didn't break, thankfully. It's just the alarm got tripped. You can turn it off.
Awesome.
I would like to go back to the pack and tell them why I ran off like a lunatic.
You're able to regroup with the pack. The pack is able to find the Greco-Roman display and all that stuff. While there, you are looking around, and I'm going to need a wits and sorry, not wits. Yeah, wits. I was right. Wits and investigation check
From everybody.
from whoever's looking around up there. Probably not you, Killing, because you were dealing with
Yeah.
Kennedy is just going to keep an eye open in case there's any guards wandering around through the building, because her investigation is non-existent.
Del kind of has the same thing going on, so
Well, Darren will take care of it.
yeah, he has lots of wits though.
Do the wolf cop thing.
What's the difficulty?
6.
Darren got 5 successes again. Wow.
Wolf Cop for the win. So as you're looking around the artifacts and stuff, you notice that a couple of the displays you see, there's armor and pictures of marble statues that are partially broken or smashed. But for the most part, they're mostly intact. There you see some pottery fragments, things like that, and different signs talking about different events and Rome's history. And you notice that there is a one of the suits of armor. As you're looking at it, you notice that not very blatant, but kind of hidden amongst the stitches, you see that there's some hand stitching on it that actually the stitches look like, it looks like messed up stitching to someone else, but to you actually recognize it as the remnants of what was once guru glyphs carved into the leather armor. And and as you're looking around, you find an actual couple columns that you thought were, like, oh, the museum built these to make it blend in, but these columns actually are marble, and they have a small arch connecting them, and around the base, ever so subtly, there is guru glyphs carved in them. And right next to it is a small little bowl with a couple guru glyphs on it, like an offering bowl, for and the glyphs you recognize on them are the ones for travel. And and along with the cardinal point, east, north, east, southwest, the 4 cardinal points.
Well, I will draw that to everybody's attention. Doesn't look like there's any slot for a coin, does it?
No, but it is just an offering bowl, like you would leave.
Right.
Things.
I was gonna say, it doesn't need a slot. You would just put the coin in the bowl.
Coin slots.
Don't you ever go to church?
in ancient
Just channel your inner Catholic. Give them
I'm
the
a
chance.
cop in New York. I just say I go to church.
And also, if he's vaguely
Sparky.
Germanic, he'd probably be, Lutheran, I would think. Why am I carrying on like this? Excuse me.
I will. I'll flip the coin into the bowl and make a wish.
Oh. What's your wish?
Please don't let this kill us.
With that,
Wait, no, I shouldn't have said it out loud. Now it's not going to come true.
with that, you hear a slight crack of thunder and what sounds like the sound of a distant wolf howl that you can barely hear, like it's miles and miles and miles away, kind of ring out. And as you do, there's actually a silverish light starts swirling in the between the 2 columns in the archway. As a moon bridge begins to open, as you look over on the offering bowl, the sigils have lit up, and along with the cardinal points and the sigil for travel, there's a sigil for Umbra lit up.
All right, let's do it.
Well, lay on, McDuff.
And
Okay, fine. Dell crossed it.
and Dell jumps through, and I'm going to need wits. No, sorry, it's not wits. Perception and alertness checks from everybody.
Oh, hooray! And by hooray, I mean, actually, I think I do mean hooray.
That's not exciting.
I'm glad you think hooray.
Alertness.
What?
Difficulty.
Difficulty is 8.
Perception. Where is it? Alertness.
Whew, 1 success for Darren.
Make sure I am in the correct form.
3 for Kennedy.
Oh, yeah, actually, I have a -2 diff because. Or does this track that? I don't remember.
No, it does not. The sheet is not smart enough for that.
Alright, so I need to actually take the difficulty back down. Which is
I'm sorry, what was the roll again? I missed it.
Perception and alertness.
Oh,
Difficulty.
I don't think I should deserve to roll just because of the kind of roll that it is and the question I asked.
No, Guru, solid. 2 successes.
What's the difficulty?
Yeah. I did get 2. That's very good.
So it looks like everyone. Darren got a 1. Everyone else got a 2, and Kennedy got a 3. Is that correct?
Yes. 3, 2, 2, 1.
So, awesome. So this is what you see as you're jumping into the portal. Darren, as you're getting ready to step into the portal, you see a silhouette of someone coming around the corner. On the far side, they have a gun drawn and a flashlight drawn. Very, security mode. you know, that's what you see as you jump in the portal. You can't make out who it is.
Hmm.
Those who got a 2 can make out who she is. She is a detective, a New York police detective.
Oh,
But
I
she
forgot
ma-
about this chick.
And because as you guys hear and see her, you hear her yell, "Stop, FBI!" As you jump into the portal.
Bark, bark, woof.
And Kennedy, along with all of that, you saw a slight flash on the little edge of the columns as you jumped in, and you saw it was another glyph that had been lit up that you hadn't seen before.
Uh-huh.
Please make me um intelligence occult test, difficulty 7.
Sure. I can do that.
But yes, the detective that you saw was she former detective, New York City police detective, now FBI agent, and former partner of Darren's colleague on the New York City Police Department. Yeah, seems to be watching something very supernatural occur in front of her face.
Yep. Not great, but one success.
Aaron, is that the other woman?
You swear that it's the glyph for Erebus?
Oh, hell.
Exactly.
And the 4 of you step out of the columns, and you're stepping through an archway into into a small little outdoor area on the rolling hills. Late at night, stars bright shining above you, and you're all dressed as Romans.
Well, wait.
Except for Dell,
I was gonna be like, dude, do they have wolf togas? Because like,
who's
That would be-
who's wearing a little collar like a wolf, like a little wolf, a little Roman collar.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. A wolf wearing a toga would be super cute.
I'm not
Oh.
seriously like if anybody wants to do like fan art of Dell in a wolf toga, my God, please do not hesitate. I will be forever in your debt.
Give him those little laurels over his ears.
If you
No,
send us, if anyone sends us fan art of Dell wearing a little wolf toga, I guarantee you that once we launch the Untold Stories Project website, that will be featured on the website.
damn near to like win a dream date with Andy. No, not that one. Make your best. You know, anyway,
Oh.
but I would love that is a thank you for that visual.
So, with that, you're standing there. You just walk through an archway on this side. This side, it's just an empty archway. There's a small building next to you. It's 1 story. It's got a couple columns out front. It leads into. It looks almost like a temple to you. It's up on the hills, overlooking a large city down below, off in the distance. From
Hey,
where you're. From
Jonesy,
yes.
there aren't like any I don't know, rivers of molten silver.
No, there aren't. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Very specific thing to ask about.
Does that city look like Romuliopolis?
Sorry, you didn't catch that, Killian. What was that?
Never mind. I just said it out loud. It wasn't worth catching. Let's go.
Pack. While we were going through the through this bridge, I could have sworn that I saw the glyph for Erebus pop up on the column. Now, this doesn't look like Erebus, but we should all be very, very, very careful.
Good choice.
So.
Dell starts kind of paranoiacally sniffing various things, trying to, see if they smell right.
So, yeah, and as you're kind of sniffing around. So Darren is actually wearing kind of Greco-Roman armor. It almost looks like someone took an old battered suit of Roman armor and piecemealed it with scraps from some sort of dramatic armor that you would have found farther up north. And he looks has a striking resemblance to a certain spirit you saw just a few hours ago.
Does it look like Ulrich's armor?
It looks like kind of, yes. Yeah.
All right, everybody, stay on your toes. We don't know what this realm wants to teach us, or what the spirit journey has in store for us here.
Feels like we almost time traveled.
I mean, we're not actually in the past. You do realize that, right?
No, this is still the Umbra. This
Right.
is just a new part of the Umbra. Like your cyber realm.
This is all very confusing.
Actually, it's gotten very simple. We went to the cyber realm so that Killian could have his aid for the upcoming that Maherta was speaking of. Now we have come to meet the spirits associated with your ancestors to find your aid, Darren.
All right.
And then I imagine we will use the other coin, and we will find something for Kennedy.
And Kennedy's just nodding like, listen to the wolf. He knows what he's talking about.
I didn't get a coin. I don't know what we're gonna do about it.
Maybe you already have all the enlightenment you need.
Well, maybe the real enlightenment was the friends we made along the way.
I'm going to throw you into the river of molten silver if we ever find one.
Aw.
Friendship was to your advantage. So, with that, like I said, there's a small, looks like a temple sitting next to you. There are some lamps on and some voices coming from inside there. Off in the distance, you can see a city down below you. And off to the other directions, you see distant villas and stuff like that. It's a very kind of hilly kind of area that you're at right now. And off past the city, you see a large expanse of water. It's currently a full moon out in the Umbra.
Wow. Where should we go, Del? Do you have any idea what our heading should be?
That is a very good question. As I turn to our storyteller and lift an eyebrow. Do I have any idea? I would think if anybody would, I would think it would be Darren would have some instinct of where to go from here. But I like that's just my thought.
You look around and you check for scents and stuff. And you pick up the scents of the pack members. You also pick up the sense of strong sense of other guru. They seem to congregate around where you're at fairly often.
Well,
you can also get the faint smells from the city of food and spices and scents and rot and decay and everything in between. But yeah, there's a very much strong sense of other guru congregating here and out and around the temple area that you're next to.
I think we are where we need to be for the moment. Maybe we should introduce ourselves.
Initiate the howl.
Yeah. So I guess there would be a howl of greeting.
Arrrr.
Yeah. The Aru, how are ya, as it were.
I'll give out an Aru. How are you?
There is a specific howl for that.
Yeah, I believe it's called. Isn't it the howl of greeting? Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
New realm. Who dis?
You up?
We're in trouble. Free.
And
Or to match my experiences, you looking.
And and to be clear, it's the four of you and a small little bluish hexagonal spirit floating around you in the spirit realm.
Oh my god, I forgot about this thing.
Oh, that's
Bit.
yeah. So
Yeah,
Dell
it's
does not need to
Bit.
freak out. Dell has seen Bit before.
Yeah,
Very good.
you met Bit in the cyber realm, and he's been hanging around since.
Oh.
But
Bit,
now that
should
you're
Del
in
be
the,
concerned?
Huh?
I said, Bit, should Del be concerned?
It never takes this long to load.
Buffering.
Oh, he was. I think he's just looking for a yes/no. I guess Bit doesn't answer. Ask me again later. Anyway.
that's the bonar spirit of the April.
Yeah.
So,
Ask your parents. It's okay.
with that,
We went through all this last week.
that you get a howl in return.
Oh.
The howl in return comes from inside the temple.
The howl is coming from inside the temple.
Well, then I guess we should be heading towards the temple.
Yeah, I'll go that way.
The howl is coming from inside the temple.
Open the door and there's the werewolves.
I'm scared.
Nice.
As you go to the temple, there are two giant wooden doors reinforced with iron, and on them, carved into both of them, it looks like a really short and stunty version of the Glasswalker glyph. Like, it looks like it's almost not drawn completely. Like the top half of it's missing.
Oh yeah. Forgot we liked this place before it got sacked.
And Killian, you recognize it as the actual glyph for the Warders of Man, which was a former name of your tribe.
Before the Iron Riders.
Before the Iron Rider.
They're like the real hipsters of your tribe.
I was a glasswalker before it was cool.
Yeah, back when
You're
everybody
a-
said pigeons, used sundials, and loved aqueducts.
It's a pretty obscure glyph. You've probably never heard of it.
With that, your tribe likes to rebrand a lot.
Yeah.
And you open the doors and into the temple itself. The temple itself is just got a small little hallway off of it, leading off to some rooms. It leads into another large doorway across from it. It was just as the archway. There's no door itself. Upon entering that area, you see that is a large marble room with marble columns and walls. and there is no roof to this section of the building. This section is open to the sky, rain or shine. And you see a rather large gentleman, um, probably pushing his 50s or 60s. He seems to be missing a couple of fingers off one hand. He's got lots of scars across his chest that you can see. Along with him, you see what looks like another woman, again probably in her 50s, 60s. The room itself has got several brass razors burning, and you can you smell smoke and incense. And on the wall, on the one wall, looks like a giant, tree. It's a carving of a giant tree, and placed upon it are several small little metal ingots that have been hammered into it. As you get close, you can see that they all have different glyphs carved into them. It looks like it's almost like someone tried to take the Umbra and Celestial realms and tried to map them out somehow as best they could from what they'd understood. Because you recognize the different glyphs for different totems and different and Gaia and the Incarna and various spirits and realms and stuff like that, kind of spread out amongst the branches of this tree.
We're in somebody's house. Should we do the howl again and wait for a response, or?
And as you step in, the rather large gentleman looks over and says, "Welcome. Please come in. Haven't seen you by the temple in a number of months."
Del goes to like tug on Darren's sleeve, but there's no sleeve to tug, so it's a little awkward.
You haven't seen us in a few months? Are you sure?
Hey,
Haven't seen-
Chelsea, dumb
Yes.
question.
Answer.
When we look at each other, do we see each other?
Yep.
Okay.
Except that that Darren is dressed in
The armor.
You're all-
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all wearing the setting appropriate garb. Darren's just because of his build and the fact that he looked like the guy anyway, it has a strong striking resemblance to the spirit you saw earlier.
Yeah.
He doesn't look exactly the same. It doesn't look like, it wasn't like someone copy pasted over him, but it does
Right.
look like.
I think
Certainly
you
could be
might be
cosplay.
mistaken, my friend. We're new to these parts.
Mm.
I do have a relative who hails from here, though.
Ah,
Do you know Ulrich?
yes, and to that point, Kennedy, you're pretty positive they're not speaking English. You just
Right.
Yes, I'm sorry I mistook you for your. Seems to be like kind of waiting for you to fill
His
him.
cousin.
I'm a nephew of his.
called
So
We're actually here. We're here to seek aid in a quest. If you know anything about that.
possibly. What sort of quest?
We're looking to vanquish a being called the Butcher.
There's a Roman soldier with that nickname. I know that he is tangled with your cousin, your uncle, and his pack on a few occasions. And as you're standing there, you get a little closer to speak with the gentleman. Darren, you see something kind of glittering on the wall.
What is it?
I don't know. You get close enough to find out.
You know what? We already asked who's there, so yeah, I'm gonna get close enough to. I'm gonna go check it out.
So as you get closer, it looks like one of the small little sigils is actually one of the small little metal ingots, kind of reflecting the light. The others seem to be kind of a dull iron. This one seems to be very shiny, so it's like seems to be reflecting the firelight.
What's this about?
And as you take another step to get a better look at it, you notice that that one is actually made of silver and has the phoenix glyph on it.
Do you guys see this?
Make me a willpower roll.
I see
Oh,
a
no.
bird.
Oh yes.
Well, I mean, we was a member of the Phoenix, the Silver Pack. So, oh crap.
What's the difficulty on the willpower roll?
8.
Oh, okay.
I
One
believe.
success.
Ooh.
God, there was one.
Yeah. So you make you get the unnatural urge to reach out to touch the glyph, but you're able to do whatever you want.
I will not touch it, but I will direct the group's attention to it. Do they see it? You guys see this?
Yeah, as he points out, you do notice that, yeah, as you get closer, like I said, it's this really cool tree motif, and amongst all of it, it's got small little metal bits hammered into it. You see glyphs for cockroach and for unicorn and Pegasus and all the various totems. You see a glyph for Luna and Gaia, and the only notable ones that are missing are the worm glyphs and the weaver glyph. But as you're looking around, you also see glyphs for the various realms, spirit realms that you recognize, along with above the whole tree is a set of glyphs that match the moon phases, and amongst near the top or upper branches of them with the totems, you see a one above all of them is phoenix. It's silver, not iron like the others.
Curious. And I feel drawn to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll touch it. I'm gonna reach out and touch it.
So, with that, the pack, you see him reach out to try to touch it. Is anyone going to try to stop him?
I'm totally gonna. He doesn't have a sleeve. I can't tug on his sleeve.
I don't know. I'm in danger.
Garments. Why can I not grab his sleeve?
Everyone should start wearing togas. It's great.
I don't. Damn it.
I'm curious to see what happens. I'm just gonna
I have very strong misgivings about this.
So,
just a bird.
as he reaches out to touch the glyph, and his hand reaches out, and his fingers start brushing the glyph, you hear ever so faintly what sounds like a bird, like a bird of prey kind of screech, and then there's a flash of silver flame engulfs Darren,
Oh shit.
and then goes out. Darren, you now have a new gift.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Uh,
Okay.
It's normally one reserved for the Silver Fangs, but you now have the gift Lambert Flame.
What does that do?
It. This is what I get for not having my
Oh, is it?
cheat sheet.
Is it Lambent Flame?
Yep.
I've almost got it up.
So,
Oh, crikey.
a werewolf can cause their body to ignite in a silverish light. You spend a willpower point, and you basically glow with a silver flame, and actually can illuminate an area, and also makes it harder for you to be hit.
Cool.
It is on page 195 of the Werewolf's 20th Anniversary Core Rulebook.
You're doing that thing cops do where they take their big ass flashlight and they shine it with the space.
Oh, man.
That's the real power.
So harsh. Why are you going to be that guy, Derek?
Because he can't hit me if he can't see me.
Truth.
So. And with that, the two kin that were there are like, what? Huh? And just take a step back.
Oh, yeah, you're new. This happens a lot.
It must be a sign.
Son of what?
I mean, your uncle is a member of the Silver Pack. They were brought together to stop some great worm beast from manifesting.
Well, we are hoping to stop some great worm beast from manifesting, so that's lines up.
We know that they were heading off to a villa to the north. It sounds like the spirits have sent you to aid them.
Sounds like we're in for a fight then. Would you care to join us? Show us the way?
I can show you. Yeah.
Lead on then, good man.
So, with that, the rather large gentleman heads off. The woman stays in the temple. And as you're leaving, you notice several other glyphs and the like around the temple itself. It seems to be a temple of knowledge and of lore. So,
If we're heading to aid somebody in a fight against a worm beast, I'm going to shift into Hispo form.
Cool.
Hispo form.
I'm gonna shift into Krynos form.
Hispo time.
That's right, we got free changes when the amber.
Hey. Yeah.
I would like to not be meatbag form.
Kennedy's just kind of looking around, hoping that there's a Gladia somewhere.
That'd be so cool.
Oh yeah, that's legit.
So, so the pack travels for a while over the rather rough terrain. It's a little unsure of your footing because it's an area that you're not used to, and off in the distance you can hear the sounds of battle and howls and going up. And as you approach the grounds for a rather large mountain villa, off to the west of the building, there is a looks like a whole vineyard set up. Looks like whoever this landowner is has a rather large vineyard and other crops growing. Yeah, again, it's late at night. The moon is up, and as you got closer to the area, the sounds of battle stopped. And as you approach, you can see scuffs and broken armor here and bits and pieces of armor here and there. You are able to find a Gladius, Kennedy.
Okay, cool.
As you're looking around, there doesn't seem to be any bodies, though. There just seems to be the signs of combat has ensued here, but no one, and recently, but no bodies. You do see some blood stains here and there. You see some bloody bits that might have been like parts of pieces and parts of people, but not an actual. It's literally like, okay, someone got a bad cut, someone lost a little bit of meat from the side or whatever, but not enough to like, handfuls here and there, not enough to actually be like a whole body. And you can look around here, or you can continue going up to the villa. At this point, this is where the guy sees the guy guiding you is like sees the sign of the battle and goes, and should just be able to follow that up to the villa and right at the just due north. You can't miss it. Yeah.
It's like, oh my! I have just remembered an urgent dentist appointment. Excuse me.
He has to return some videotapes.
And I don't expect him to.
I will lead the way to battle.
So with that, you proceed to start making your way up close to the villa. I'm going to need wits and perception. No. Perception and alertness checks.
Perception.
Difficulty.
Difficulty 7.
Oh, crap. Because I'm no longer in this form, I actually do have to roll to be the 7.
She's a perception
Alertness. Yep.
1.
Woo. I did it technically.
Oh, wow. Goose egg. Yeah.
Wow.
Darren is
Wait.
here for battle with 4 successes.
What the heck? Wait a minute. What? Oh, yeah. Okay.
The
yeah.
dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
Yeah, boy, that was bad. Okay. 8 dice, no successes.
Hmm.
So,
So,
you guys see things happening, and I'm just kind of like checking out the tile pattern.
so it sounds like Kennedy and Killian got 1 success. So, you're able to tell that obviously it was battle. You see some movement up ahead. You can see that there's people moving around. You see some guards possibly on patrol. As you approach the main compound of this villa, the villa itself has got several buildings. One large building that kind of has several wings connected to it. A lot of it's open to allow breeze through, and then off to the side there's what you suspect would be stables and servants' quarters and things like that. As you approach, there are giant statues out front of looks like Roman soldiers, and meanwhile our pack alpha got 4 successes. So what you hear is you hear hear and see and smell sounds of sounds like celebration. Seems to be loud, boisterous voices. Some seem to be singing. Some seem to be, just you hear the sounds of carousing. You smell the smell of blood and wine. You smell meats, deer cooking. You also smell cheeses, and you get the scent of lots of guru.
I will not engage in battle, but I will approach quietly.
Sounds like a victory move. Anything.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a guru up ahead that have won a battle rather than engaged in battle. Should we do a howl greeting? We should probably do a howl greeting, right?
I'm not 100% sure we should.
Alright, I will defer to those of you who know the etiquette of our society.
Well, I'm not 100% certain that these. I don't know. I just feel like we came here expecting a fight.
Mm-hmm.
We've rarely been wrong when we were expecting a fight.
Do any of them look like black spiral dancers?
But
From the distance you're at, you're basically seeing people move around.
Nobody looks like Rothgar or whatever his name was from Walkenberg.
go for it. Yeah. Your dude, your uncle, who I'm pretty sure your uncle didn't die in this battle. So yeah, let's give a howl of greeting then, shall we? I don't, because I'm assuming that my assumption is that this is like we are hearing the sounds of the pack who, like, your uncle went to fight these worm beasts, and we are hearing the sounds of a victory. Pretty sure your uncle didn't die with his pack being mauled by worm beasts.
Yeah, but this isn't the past. This is the Umbra.
Oh right, excuse me.
Let's approach quietly, and if they don't seem like black spiral dancers or worm tainted, we'll introduce ourselves.
We'll still have to fight them either way.
So, I will need a test from you. What would make the most sense? Dex and Dex and stealth.
All right, what's the difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
Is this all of us or just Darren?
Whoever's sneaking up with Darren.
Well, yeah. I guess.
So if anyone's hanging back, then they don't have to make the roll. But if anyone else is sneaking up with Darren,
Yeah, we're not letting him do this by himself.
No, we are not. Okay.
I did wind up with 2 successes.
Sorry, remind me again. You said the difficulty was, did you say 7? The difficulty is
6. 6.
6.
There.
3 successes.
Oh,
Ooh, 6 and a 10.
I rolled 8 dice and I have a 1. That's it. I have.
When they come for you, Del, I'm going to yell intruder.
That is twice now that I've had like this giant pool of dice, and the dice were just like,
Nope.
no. New pool. Who this?
So, so the group of you creep through the underbrush, get a little closer to the villa. Like I said, there are some guards on patrol, but none of them are in this area of the villa right now. And as you kind of get kind of come around, the building itself has several windows with wooden shutters. The shutters are actually thrown open to allow for ventilation. It's a nice night out. It's not too hot, not too cold. It's just like awesome weather. And inside, like I said, you hear the sounds of carousing and partying. As you kind of look in, you see what appears to be several people talking and discussing amongst themselves. You see a giant slab of meat over a spit being roasted. As you look closer, you see that there are several and all these people seem to have, and as you get a better look, some of them seem to be have splatterings of blood and stuff on them, like they just came out of battle, which kind of matches what your original thought was. But then you as you move around, you get a little bit better view. You see what looks like a couple people tied up or chained up over the side, and one of them is laying there to the side, and someone's chomping on their neck.
Uh-huh.
And you see what appears to be a large black furred guru, Krynos guru, still shifted, but has his toga and stuff on. Seems to be armed on the side with a large gladius, holding what appears to be a chalice, and walks across the room. And as you follow him across the room, hanging from the ceiling appears to be a large man, slowly bleeding out. And the black furred guru, who looks like guru, doesn't look like a spiral. No signs of worm deformations or anything like that. Holds the chalice underneath where the bloodstream is currently dripping down, and then fills it, turns to his allies and says something, and in a very thick, strong accent. And as he does, he lifts it up, and you hear a clap of thunder echo throughout the area.
How do we want to handle this?
And as you looking, seems like your brain's slowly trying to translate the words, but your best guess is it's some sort of Eastern European, very hard European accent or language that he's speaking. And
It's not
with
Deus,
that,
it's Shadow Lord.
we're gonna call it a night.
Yay!
And you have a chance to mull over what you're gonna do with the scene that you stumbled your way into. As we jump back in next week and find out what is going on exactly at this villa.
Look, I'm not saying I was right to not have us call out a greeting, but I was
You were
right.
so
We're
right.
pretty much gonna have to do battle either way, I think. So.
Or we can stay stealthy, set the camp alight, and run.
Well, that would have required me to be stealthy in the first place.
Sounds like you volunteered to set the fire, good sir. Thank you.
No opposable thumbs.
Only we had a menace with create element. So thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Next week the pack will have to find out what exactly is going on in this horrible villa overlooking the glorious city of Rome, sort of, kind of, in the Umbra. So other quick announcements. Tomorrow night we have
The season finale for Fallout.
dun dun dun. Where we
Very
find
sad,
out-
but it's gonna be
where we
so
find-
exciting.
Is that we're gonna find out everyone's that everyone is a synth, like everyone everywhere, the entire world is just synths and they don't know it.
We might find out something synth related, but I won't specify what exactly.
We're all floating in bats in the Institute, being ran through a simulation.
You never will.
Everybody is the pint-sized slasher.
It's when you find out that the real mutations were the friends you found along the way.
Aw, that made me happy.
And then later this week we have a brand new episode of Something Dragons, where our amazing crew is going through book 2 of the Carrying Crown, right?
Yep. And they get into Lepidstaff this week. So
Awesome. And then next Monday we'll return for a brand new episode of Nether War, our Mutants and Masterminds campaign, where we are stuck in the terminus, so we'll see how that goes.
It's gonna be great. I don't know what you're worried about.
So, other than that, as a reminder, we are a very tiny independent channel. If you like what we do, please let your friends know. You can do that by liking, sharing, following, subscribing, all that cool stuff. This definitely helps us people find us on the YouTubes and on Twitch. Other than that, we have a Discord where you're going to be throwing a bunch of cool stuff up on there at some point soon. So, because we are prepping for some new games and stuff, so on our channel. Was there anything else you wanted to add, Alex?
Just that a week from tomorrow, we are going to have a super special 1-shot or 2-shot. It's going to be a 2-episode Call of Cthulhu game on Wednesday night. That is going to be hosted by the wonderful Bridget Jeffries from Symphony Entertainment and Gaming. You definitely don't want to miss out. It's going to be a super spectacular time. Might be even a spooktacular time. We'll see.
Ooh, cool.
And we're going to Raid G Game Nights. It looks like they're playing Masks this evening.
Very cool. It's a pretty awesome game. So with that, thank you everyone, and have a great evening.
Bye.